So video time, well, join us, cause any care shall be forgot. It's the after show chat. It's the after show chat. We'll have some fun. Gang going nuts. We don't know what else to sing about. So I'll throw in something. The clock is ticking and time to start the show. What time it ends, we just don't know. Hopefully Mrs. Dufrene doesn't wake up. Oh, Mrs. Dufrene. Once in your served, we're all happy friends. And all together the fun never ends. So stick around and watch with us. It's the after show chat.
Get your butt to bed, Harold Dufrene.
You're watching After Show Chat.
All right. Thank you, Kelly, with the Dolly Rots. I appreciate the shout out, as always. All right, gang. It's a Sunday. No, it's not a Sunday. It's a Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. And the reason why we're doing it tonight, we have a live show today at 6 p.m. Right now, we have our special guest on, and this is going to be Let's Talk with After Show Chat, a little segment we're going to do with interviews. We started up. We used to have a lot of interviews, and since we went down to one show a week, we stopped doing some interviews, but we want to kick that back up. We had a great interview this past week with Ian Hernandez with Sickle, and we got two special people tonight that's going to be joining me all the way from Australia. It's Thursday morning over there for them. They are from the Wellingtons. It's Zac and Kate from the Wellingtons. They were kind enough to come on. Wellingtons have been a fan of one of my favorite bands. And I know every time I have a band, I say they're one of my favorite bands. But I wouldn't have a band on if they wouldn't be one of my favorite bands. You know, if I don't like them, I'm not going to talk to them. I don't, no offense to anybody. But so let's do a little intro. Enough me talking. Let's talk to them. So here's a little intro of their new album, Baby Moon, and we're gonna get them right on the air with me, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk. So if you have any questions in the chat, please let me know. And while they're on the air, I'm gonna try to read them. Angelo's not here tonight; he was gonna produce, but he had to miss out. So here we go. Let's introduce Zac and Kate.
I needed to hear your voice, but you're in my spirit, and I started to every for how long. Goodbye. When we first met, I hardly knew to say. She came to watch me play the drums that night. Used to go out, dancing all night long, drinking.
All right, Kate and Zac from the Wellingtons. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kate, I didn't want to make the intro too long. You're going to have to go to work in a little bit, I know. So I didn't want to
Middle of my workday here.
Slacker, total slacker.
I didn't want to take up all the time to talk to y'all. Look, gang, the Wellingtons, if you don't know, I don't even remember when I discovered the Wellingtons. It must have been right around 2006, 2007. I really don't remember. I don't even know how I even discovered you guys. I just always was a fan of power pop or pop punk, whatever it was in that genre of music. And I ran into y'all, the Wellingtons. I knew nothing about y'all. So why don't you start off by just talking about when did the band form and tell them about where y'all from and everything else. Just the little quick history of the band.
Yeah, so we formed in, I think it was 2004, early 2004, in Melbourne, in Australia. And yeah, we've Zac and I have since moved out to regional Victoria, but we still say we're Melbourne based. The rest of the band is still in town in the Big Smoke. But yeah, we're just clicked over 21 years now, and we've finally got to the first few albums came out in a quite quick succession, and the last two have been a little slower to come out. After 8 long years, we've just released our 6th album.
I know that was I don't get news from, we had a lot going on in those 8 years. I mean, we got to be honest. I mean, you had the pandemic that happened, and a lot was happening. The world shut down for a good while, so I could understand that. I describe the music that I like as, some people trying to put a genre on. I just say it's good music. I like to just say it's good music. Good music is good music. It doesn't matter what genre it falls in. Well, how do y'all like to describe, if you're describing to someone your music, how do you describe it?
Yeah, we're happy to call it power pop. Probably a lot of people under the age of 30 will go, excuse me, what, power pop? We're happy with that. We don't love every single power pop band that's existed, but I think that's a good framework. But honestly, like for people that maybe aren't sort of savvy or aware of more niche elements of power pop, we just say we're a rock band with a melodic kind of focus. So catchy hooks, upbeat feel is kind of what we love. Memorable melodies and loads of harmonies and synth and guitar solos and all that sugary brilliance.
All that good stuff that I love. all that what makes me love music. And I tell y'all what, now gang, I'm gonna talk about the music and everything else, but I'm gonna tell y'all, if you like your music with a lot of melody, with a lot of hooks, and just catchy and I like to call it a little sugar coated. This is your band, the Wellington. When I first heard you, and again, I think the first song and it's hard to remember. I mean, this was 17, 18 years ago, but I think the first song I ever heard y'all from y'all was A Song for Kim. I think that's maybe the first one I've heard. Again, I'm not 100% sure. Again, I don't even know how I discovered y'all, but I did, which I'm happy to do because I've been a fan ever since.
We're here today, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters now. That's right. What now, Kate? Did y'all know each other before y'all started the band, or did y'all?
Yeah, we were in a band previously together called Sarah, and I was the keyboard player in that band. It began as a 3-piece, just with 2 singers and a guitar and keyboards, and that kind of dissolved, and we transitioned into the Wellingtons, and we'd probably only known each other maybe a year at that point, but I knew that we had very similar tastes in music, and I was happy to hitch my wagon to Zac's songwriting prowess.
Now, Zac, what about you? You've been playing music. How long you been playing music? Your entire life? When did you start?
I started properly playing music. I think I was about 12 or 13. I started on drums. Drums was my first instrument. And not long after, I learnt 2 chords on the guitar. And I had 2 older brothers that played, and they taught me first E minor and G, which was Nirvana's About a Girl. I was right in that sweet era for Nirvana being like all over the TV and radio. And as soon as I learnt those 2 chords, I switched. I wrote my first song, and I reversed the order of those chords. And so I only knew two chords, and I wrote a song straight away. So I guess I picked a songwriter pretty early on in the process.
That's all they take. That's all the Ramones needed, a few chords, and they wrote all their music they wanted. So, gang, so the name. Let me and Zac, I said I was going to talk to you about the name, the Wellingtons, because if you don't know, and if you're not familiar with it, there is a folk band called the Wellingtons from the 60s, and
we were unaware of that at the time we named our band. We probably should have done more research, or maybe we thought that they were so far in the past that it wouldn't affect us. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we became aware of it as we were sort of just naming the band, like, they were 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Fine. And then music streaming came along, and it became more of a problem. So ourselves, but with not having the foresight to envisage, iTunes and Spotify. because our currently and always probably for the end of time our top song will be theme from Gilligan's Island. So
or the Ballad of Davy Crockett. That one always shows up on the American thing, the Ballad of Davy. Well, I mean, and what did y'all name the band after the what did where did y'all come up with the name? Because is it out the location, the Wellington, or is it?
No. A lot of people think or some people make the mistake of thinking we're a New Zealand band because of the city Wellington.
Right.
But no, I guess it's really tricky. We had a really long list of band names that we came up with, and ultimately we wanted something that didn't instantly suck or didn't instantly make you think of anything in particular. So I think we kind of appreciated the vagueness of it, and just wanted people to sort of associate the band name with our band. Little did we know there was already a band kicking around a few years earlier. Excuse our whining dog in the background. Licorice will probably come and say hi at some point.
Yeah, that's all right. I got one myself that interrupts me all the time, so don't worry about that. What's the name?
We got Licorice. He's a Italian greyhound. He's just a puppy. Doesn't know his boundaries yet.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'd call mine to the screen, but if I call mine to the screen, she won't ever leave me alone. Sometimes she gets mad at me because she thinks I'm talking to somebody and she wants to see who I'm talking to. So I could relate to that. Well, I mean, look, back whenever y'all started the band, I mean, there was no there was internet, but it was harder to do research on knowing that and in the past, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I want to listen to some Wellingtons music, and I'd go to the streaming services or whatnot, type it in, and I'd have to listen to Gilligan's Island or the Ballad of Davy Crockett, and I was like, wait.
Harold, can I ask you, are those songs sort of household, like really popular known songs in the US? Because they're not here in Australia at all.
The Wellingtons over here in the US, probably, I'll be honest with you, most people will not have heard of, if you say, hey, have you heard the Wellingtons? They will not think of the old band. Okay. They will not think of, very few people. I think Gina Ramona, who's on my show, is in the chat. I don't even know if they heard it. They're younger than me. I don't even know if they heard it. But
more they know the song, not the band.
They know the songs. If you say Gilligan's Island, they don't have no clue who sings it, know. But now unless you're some fanatic, 60s fanatic, and these obscure pop culture references, then maybe you do. But most of the time you don't. But it's just whenever you type it in, and let's say you are looking for the Wellingtons, and you know how that goes. Sometimes that band comes up.
It must be all of our fans boosting their numbers. I'm sure it works that way. Yeah.
Rolling any of their fans, so we have no idea whether it's worked for us or against us.
Yeah,
we're not losing sleep over it.
Yeah, you can't lose sleep over it. But I'm sure people, y'all probably gain fans because somebody was probably trying to find the theme to Gilligan's Island, typing into Wellington, and y'all songs came up, and they said, "Hey, this is better than that crappy Gilligan's Island tune. Hey, this is better." So, gang, like I said before, I really don't remember what year I started listening to y'all. I just was always a fan of power pop. And what are y'all some like y'all musical? I mean, not really. Like influences, like who do you grow up listening to that had a big influence in your music or your career
development? Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to ask you, Harold, who you think we sound like, but I'm probably putting you on the spot a little.
We had that kind of discussion before on Facebook in the Messenger, and I just find y'all if I really don't think y'all sound like any other band. If I'm giving my opinion, I just think y'all sound unique. I think y'all music is hook filled. I mean, I could say you have the sound of like, and I'm saying it because I know y'all fans like the Muffs, but Muffs is a little bit harder edge. But it's all that same not the same, but the power pop sound that I just enjoy. The Yum Yums, stuff like that. But y'all are unique. When I listen to y'all, I do not say, oh, they sound like Cheap Trick, or they sound like
Good to know.
so and so. You know, you'll do have a unique sound.
Cheers. Well, probably the first like defining like memory I have is being on I don't even know if it was high school or late primary school, a school camp, probably year 7, and I was sitting next to a girl on a bus, and she was a couple of years older. I think she was like sort of chaperoning the younger kids, and she gave me one of her earbuds to her Discman, and she was listening to the first Weezer record, the Blue Album.
Yeah, okay.
And that album was a real kind of eye opener for us in terms of like just that combination of distorted guitars, but saccharine melodies and harmonies and synth sounds and things like that. So that record was a big one. And then a few years later, discovering Fountains of Wayne. An ex-girlfriend of mine, I remember one night she was we were in high school and she was staying over at my house, and she bought a couple of CDs that week, and I was sort of thinking, I knew all the good music. I'd listened to all the good radio stations that were playing the hip new music, and she brought over an album which was Car Button Cloth by the Lemonheads, and self-titled, the first Fountains of Wayne record. I think it's self-titled. Those 2 albums, and we sort of sat down and listened to them on a Friday night after school, and I was just like, oh my God, she's a tastemaker. I'll keep her around for a few years at least, and then I stole all the CDs, and then we. But no, those are probably some big touchstones for us. Certainly early days, around 16, 17.
Yeah, and I could definitely see that. I'm sorry, Kate.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and we both like grew up, like both of our dads are massive, Beatles, Kinks, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, like all of those kind of bands as well. So that's like that kind of set the foundation, I suppose, for that melodic rock.
Yeah, and the Fountains of Wayne, and that's a good. Now I could definitely see that influence on that. Now that you're saying that, because those and the Lemonheads, it was all that time around that time period, and that melodic music. And like a band like the Lemonheads, like they started. We always talk about this on the show, but like. They changed their style so much. It was like the Goo Goo Dolls. They started out more punk, and then they went into the more melodic. Same thing with Lemonheads. Evidently. Mm-hmm. So I could definitely. What about are y'all like? I mean, maybe this would be maybe like a Cheap Trick or something, or.
Oh, of course, yeah. I think probably when I was in, I bought the Cheap Trick cassette, Busted. The album, which is probably the album of theirs, but I had that cassette in my car when I was in, again, probably around 12, 13, and that's not obviously like their absolute best material, but they were current at the time. They'd released Can't Help Falling Into Love, I think was the name.
Yes.
And it took me maybe 5 or 10 years later, I think, then probably seeing like 10 Things I Hate About You and seeing Letters to Cleo on the soundtrack doing I Want You to Want Me. It was just like, wow, this is perfect. This is a prime example of what music can be and should be. And we covered that. Kate used to sing that when we covered it a few years ago. And 15 years ago, we played that quite a bit. And I've done Surrender in my sort of covers gigs and stuff as well. So no, absolutely, they were another huge band for us.
I'm older than you. I'm older. I like to consider on the show they call me the old grandpa of the show. But anyway, Cheap Trick was a big influence in my and that it's that again a lot and Busted really. And you talk about Busted. That was right after the Flame album, Busted, and that one, I could see getting into those. It just depends when you discover a band. It's like anything else. You discover a band at a certain point in your life, and whatever music they actually have out at the time, you kind of draw into that music. So I definitely could see that. Whenever now, Zac, you write most of the music. Is that correct or?
Yeah, Kate tends to help out with lyrics for my songs, and then the songs that she sings, she'll sometimes write all the lyrics, or she'll just adapt some of the lyrics that I already have written for those songs. But it's pretty collaborative, but most of the general ideas are from me, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know we talked about this before, and we kind of chat, but a lot of your music is, I mean, like a lot of artists. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of personal, I guess you do a lot of your songwriting from just personal experiences. I mean,
Yeah.
you aren't singing about spaceships. I don't think you are.
No.
Very well disguised.
No, funny enough, there's spaceman on the front of our album cover, but no songs about that. We left that to David Bowie. We think he had that niche covered, and you can't improve on that. No, it's all predominantly it's really autobiographical. It's pretty hard on the sleeves stuff. Some of it's a bit tongue in cheek. Some of it's well, most of it's quite sincere.
Yes,
and
very,
for sure.
Yes, very, very sincere. The way I like to describe your music, and since you asked me before, is just your music makes me happy. You know, some bands they get you think whenever I listen to the Wellingtons, I know I'm just gonna end up happy. I know it, whether I'm driving.
That's amazing to hear. That's really, that's incredible for us. To hear.
Yeah. If I'm in a dark mood, and I know put on your album, any album of yours, because I love them all. I'll be honest with you, and I know it's gonna put me in I'll have a better day. Let's say you listen to it going to work, and you do have a better day. Now, Zac, whenever you're writing the lyrics or writing the music, do you say, "Oh, this is going to be one that Kate's going to sing," or "This is one that I'm going to sing"? How does that play out?
No, yeah. So I write all the songs for the album, depending on which record. Sometimes it's up to 30 or 40 songs, and then I send all the songs out to all the band members, and we all democratically decide which songs are going to be on the album. So sometimes some of my favorite songs don't make the actual album release and end up being B-sides or bonus tracks for Japan or Spain or whatever.
Right.
So it's all democratically chosen. And then once the band have narrowed it down to 12 songs, Kate takes over and says, I think I can sing lead vocal on this, and this, but I want to change this, and that. And she kind of makes, puts her own slant on it. And that's how it's been in the past. That's how we've done it.
That sounds like an awesome system. I mean, it works. So why, Kate? And I'm gonna tell, and Zac, no offense to you, because you have a beautiful voice too. But Kate, your voice is magnificent. I just love. I live, and people that watch our show just know, I just love a beautiful voice, and your voice is beautiful. I love female singers. I love. I was a big fan, just like y'all, of Kim from the Muffs, Kim Shattuck of the Muffs. We had Ronnie on the show, and we could talk about that in a little bit too, because I would like to. And Kate, I know you have to go to work, but I'd love to talk about that before you would leave, because Kim, to me, had one of the best voices in rock in the world.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone I'd put above. I mean, maybe she wasn't like the most technically gifted singer, but that was part of the charm. That was part that made her amazing, her rawness. Even just talking about it's an emotional thing for me, because Kim was such a sweetheart for us. I'll let Kate talk about it.
All right, yeah, I don't want you. I had Ronnie on, and it was tough talking to Ronnie too about that, And it's like, I hate to bring it up, but yeah, Kate, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, she's she's the pinnacle of like what a great husky voice can still carry those melodies, and like still probably I only know lyrics to 50% of the Muff songs, because a lot of the time I can't actually decipher what she's singing, but it just like shows how amazing those melodies and the song composition is, that you don't have to know what it's about. Sometimes Zac just looks at me like,
exactly.
What are you singing there? 'Cause that's not
exactly. And I know you'll have a couple of songs, a song for Kim, and of course on this one, "Sad Today," which is just an awesome song. And I know Ronnie was loved the song too. I talk to Ronnie every once in a while, and I mean, it's just a moving tribute, and I love. Did you? And I know I saw before y'all were on stage with Kim, and I don't want to dwell on Kim too much, but did y'all get to meet Kim? Well, y'all did on stage. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but did y'all
yeah.
tour in the States and y'all met Kim also?
Yeah, so when we the first time we went to the States, actually, we sort of did a real MySpace organized DIY tour, and we somehow talked our way onto a big sort of festival show that was being held in the sort of outer suburbs of LA that the Muffs were headlining. So we played at, I don't know, like 12:30 in the afternoon when they played at 9 o'clock. But we were like, yes, I'm with the Muffs. And we just kind of, found her around, she's just hanging around because she's cool. And we just went and, said, we love you, similar to, Wayne's World and Alice Cooper. So, and she was like adorable. And, we basically sort of kept touch from there. And she came and sang with us on the next tour and
Wow.
Did a photo shoot for us and offered to help us get guitars fixed. And just like,
wow, what a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. And everything I hear and the bands I talk to all the time, everybody, I mean, we all have that love of her and her music for sure. That I know I hate to bring those things up. And I had Ian from Sickle. I don't know if you're familiar with their band. They're from Seattle, but he told me a story about how he was on tour with him and he found her beret and he kept it and he put it on a shrine and he still has that beret on the shrine at his house for Kim. It's a beautiful story. So now touring in the States, did y'all tour a lot? Did y'all do a couple of tours in the States or did y'all?
We've probably done about 4 or 5 perhaps of varying lengths, probably a couple where we've done pretty comprehensive sort of East and West Coast and a few I guess Midwest shows, but always completely organized by ourselves through social media. So we'll often find a couple of bands that we really like and go, hey, let's do a tour together and just sort of piece it all together from venues that people know and approaching other local bands in the areas and hiring the van ourselves, coming over on tourist visas, which I wouldn't dare to do at the moment.
You might want to stay. You might want to stay in Australia.
It's been we've kind of obviously a lot of nearly all of the bands that we grew up loving were either from the UK or the US, and especially those sort of more college radio kind of bands, the smaller and 90s bands were predominantly from the States. And so just being able to visit, the cities where a lot of these bands came from and sometimes even playing with them, it's just been, we kind of just go, well, it's a hobby, it's a holiday, and we get to meet all of these people.
And you get to meet them all. You get to just visit, and that's incredible. And it sounds like DIY. You'll do it yourselves. It really sounds like. Now, in Australia, now I never been to Australia. We were about to go to Australia right before the pandemic. We were going to go to some event. We were going to go, and then of course the pandemic happened, and that got scratched. So I never got to go to Australia. Are y'all doing tours or anything in Australia for this album? Or y'all going to? I saw on your Facebook y'all going to be playing some live shows. A couple of them, I think.
Yeah, it's been a while. Been a while between drinks, but we've doing a couple of support gigs with some favorite Australian bands of ours. We're opening for a band called Regurgitator in a couple of weeks. And that'll be the first time we played live as a full band for at least a year.
2.5 years.
Right, 2.5 years. So we're currently dusting off the cobwebs and learning some 4 or 5 songs from the new album.
Awesome.
And we'll be doing a support with them. And then another Australian band called the Ice Cream Hands. I don't know if you're aware of them.
I saw an interview or I saw something that y'all mentioned that band. I was looking at it before we went on the air. Because when somebody mentions a band, I like to go and look and see, if I dig them too.
They're a great band.
They sounded pretty good.
They're kind of like Australia's version of Squeeze or something like that.
I love Squeeze.
Yeah. And you'll definitely enjoy them. So we've got a show with them, and then later in the year, and then next year we're in February. The 6th of February we'll be launching our new album, doing an afternoon kid-friendly show We've got a 7-year-old now who hasn't seen us play in the band. So I think
awesome.
come and bring some friends, and it'll be a big old party, and we'll launch the album properly.
Awesome. That sounds like an awesome time. I mean,
It'll be a hoot.
oh my good. And that is a whole different thing. I think, for you, I mean, yeah. And once you start having, I mean, all my kids are growing up, and now I have 7-year-old grandkids, but it's the same principle. And once you start having the kid, I mean, they're probably going to start getting into it, and you're going to enjoy playing to them, because like you said, your daughter never saw y'all play live. So, it's going to be exciting. That'd be awesome.
She wants to join the band. She's been asking like what she's wanting to do. So if anyone,
she thinks she'll be ready for the Feb show. So.
Awesome. The new generation's going to think that's what happened with Cheap Trick, dude. That's what happened with Cheap Trick. They Bunny Carlos left, and they brought in Rick Nielsen's son. Yeah. Oh boy, y'all can do like the Dolly Rots. I don't know if you're familiar with the Dolly Rots from the States, but they bring their kids on tour, and I went to see them, and their son does yo-yo tricks, and I think their daughter plays the drums at one song and everything else. So hey, there you go, and the Partridge Family. Before.
It'd be like awesome. Audible days, where it's just like a big act. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So that's in between y'all last album, which was End of Summer. And let me tell you, and I remember when End of Summer came out, I played that sucker. I remember going camping, and I was just blasting that sucker. My son-in-law would walk in and say, "What you listen?" I said, "Oh man, this is the best over here. This is the Wellington. You don't know the Wellington?" And this time, I mean, there's a lot of time that passed. It sounds like y'all were busy. Y'all had a child, and I'm sure the pandemic put y'all on hold a little while, probably like anybody else. And I thought y'all, because we don't hear too much news. It's like a lot of stuff. I thought maybe y'all had broken up, and then whenever I saw y'all had a new, some new music coming up, I was like, yes.
Yeah, we're too dumb to quit.
Hey, don't ever quit.
Well, albums are expensive to make, and if
I hear you.
Want to make a good one,
mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sort of specific about how I wanted the record to sound. Spent hours and hours just going through different guitars, different amps, different mics, different harmony arrangements. It's probably a little bit overbaked. I'm sure I overthought it, but for me, to make something I'm relatively proud of and relatively happy with, a lot of hours go into it. Me sitting at this exact desk, looking at this computer, going, is that good enough? Is Harold going to like this? Is this going to put a smile on Harold's face? And if not, straight to the trash can.
Well, I never had nobody write specifically for me, Zac. I'm honored. I mean, I'm quite honored. I know, but I get what you say, because it's a lot of like our creativity too. It's like I think of what what people watch are going to be thinking. Like that's how I create, and it sounds like this is like you're thinking like, oh well, the people who like Wellingtons like this song. Will they like this? And but you could tell the love in y'all music. I mean, the albums, every album y'all have, every record y'all came out with, and this one included, just sounds amazing. Y'all just come up with a great sounding record every time you'll release something.
I'm sure there's a dud in our future, Harold. It can't be too far away. No, that's really nice of you to say. I appreciate that. We spent a lot of time trying to get the songs, to be a standard that we love and that we hope other people will love. So that's very kind, and I'm not going to disagree with you. So thank you.
No, don't disagree with me. I mean, it's the honest truth. I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie. And look, I've been singing y'all guys' praises for a while on the show. We've been doing this show for 4 years. And whenever we talk about records and whatnot, your name always, Wellingtons always come up. And I hope y'all didn't mind, because I'm going to show y'all something real quick. And I'm not kicking y'all off or nothing, but I just want to show y'all something real quick, because I was influenced by y'all music so much. I said, and I want to ask y'all something right after this about something I read. I don't know if it is true or not, but I want to ask. But I said, man, this song, Hey Hey, is perfect. Would be perfect for closing credits on a little movie or a TV show. So I used your song. I hope you don't mind.
Where's the check?
I'll give you what I made. 0.
Just give us 0.11%.
And I used it for our little silly movies that we make on the show.
Oh,
and I'll just show you real fast. I won't play the whole
Please.
thing, but I will show you real fast.
Cool.
Hey, 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 what you do to me? You got me spinning round and going out of my mind, you know. Hey, 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 what you do to me, girl? Those things you say to me, you got me spinning round and going out of my mind, you know. Hey, 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 what you do to me, girl? It ain't easy in a time like this to find somebody else that really understands. I didn't know what I was looking for until you started smiling.
All right.
Academy Award winning stuff. That was
I am
Congratulations.
but I know the song has a different meaning than what I used it for, but that's the charm of the Wellingtons. You could put it, and that's what I said before. It's like one of them songs. It's just because this you get to watch the whole thing. But anyway, there are a lot of ups and downs in this little mini movie. It's DIY. We do it ourselves. We just have fun. And but it's just like at the end, it has to be happy, and I can't think of a better music than the Wellingtons, but to make you happy at the end. Now this is what I read. Now I don't know how true it is on the internet or whatnot, but they use up some of y'all music on How I Met Your Mother, the TV series or something.
Yeah, interesting story. I think initially when it was the scene that they used our song in, it was originally Fountains of Wayne Sink to the Bottom. And I think what happens with these shows, and if this is boring, excuse me for
no, I'm very interested.
But I think when it was on TV, it had Fountains of Wayne, and then when they went to release the box set, like a physical DVD product, they might have not been able to renegotiate or whatever the legalities, or and for whatever reason they decided to find another band to use. I have no idea whether they found us because they thought we sounded like Fountains of Wayne, or it's a massive coincidence that one of our favorite bands of all time had, we were replacing them. They were probably asking for a lot more money than they were happy to pay us. We were happy to get anything.
You just wanted the exposure, I'd probably figure, at least.
Yeah, it was one of the best paydays we've had, but compared to a band that have had a hit single like Stacey's Mum, maybe for whatever reason they decided. I don't know, but that's the story, and we were thrilled to be included. And I think. Sorry, you go, Harold.
No, I was going to say I would definitely jump at the chance myself. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and Kate has watched the whole show, so she's a fan of the show, or was a fan of the show. We were probably watching it 10, 15 years ago now, but. And the theme song is amazing too, to How I Met Your Mother. That's a very sort of Beach Boysy kind of power pop song. So I don't know too much about any of the other music that's been used on the show, but the fact that Fountains of Wayne and the Wellingtons have been on means they must have good taste, clearly.
Yeah. Somebody has good taste over there. Somebody has good taste. Look, and Gene, part of our show, Gene helped me with that video, and Gene said they'd be happy to give you a cut of our huge earnings from that.
You'll definitely hear from our lawyers.
Oh man, there goes my nickel. There goes my nickel. U.S. nickel right over here. I got it right here, Zach. I'll mail it to you. Just give me.
That's actually. That's worth $100 Australian, so I will take it.
And then I also read that they use your music a lot in some Japanese television commercials. Was that correct too?
Yeah, we never get to see them, but it pops up in our what's the name of it? Like when you get your royalty payments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll often just go, oh, okay, all right.
Wow, you'll still get a royalty check from those.
Yeah. You get all the international kind of, placements and your radio plays and all of that. And yeah, I'd
Wow.
love to see some of them at some point. But
Wow.
our Japanese label are great with doing a lot of things, but like regular, consistent like feedback. It's like 1,000 emails in a day and then nothing for 6 months. So, you never know. One day we'll see them.
Now, Kate, I know I know you're gonna have to go to work in 1 second, so this is probably not a question for you. But Zac, do you make your living now doing music, or do you have to still? Because I know you play a lot of gigs. I see you playing.
Yeah, I do. I not from Wellingtons music, unfortunately, but from singing covers. Yeah, we're based here on the Bellarine Peninsula in Victoria, Australia, and I do a lot of do anywhere from 2 to 6 gigs a week, playing wineries and pubs and cafes and singing lots of Beatles and Kinks and Who and some Australian stuff like Crowded House and Paul Kelly. Yeah, it's amazing. I never thought that I'd be able to. It's not the dream job that I'd hoped for, but it's not far behind. It's been great.
There's nothing, as long as you're getting to do what you love to do is an amazing dream.
I got no boss. I'm my own boss. It's a good gig.
I know. I wish I'd be. I wish I'd be able to do what I dream, but that's never going to come through, you know. But hey, well, I'm getting old, Zac. You don't understand.
I know the feeling. My back's killing me.
And you're a young man. What are you talking about?
Can you see the gray in this?
I see. Oh, look, Zac. I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say this, but you know, I keep up with y'all on Facebook and whatnot, and during the pandemic, you know, everybody kind of, you know, I lost track of a lot of stuff, like everybody does. And I remember, you know, the last time you came out with an album, and you know, I'd see you, and then whenever this was like, whenever I'd see you recently, I'd say, "Man, Zac got gray." What?
Yeah, having a child would do that to you.
I don't. And that was no offense, Zac. I mean, we're all.
I get it from my daughter. I get it from everywhere, and so it's fine. It's fine.
I think it looks good. I think you look distinguished. I'll be honest with you. I think you look quite chapper there.
I think Andrew, the drummer from Sloan, like wears the grey mop top like the best. So I've always.
There you go.
I mean, it can be done, and Neil Finn also. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's a good look. I have gray. Don't worry. I don't use I don't use the dye. Okay, my dad does. Now, if you see my dad, you see my father.
Each to their own. You know, I'll probably start doing it when I hit 50. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm a little past 50. Let me. I have some a few more things I want to So I know now that y'all have now that you have a child, some of the music on the new album, it's I really and I want to ask one. I'm going to ask this because I know, Zac, you asked me when we first started talking on Facebook, and I listened to the album. You sent it to me an advanced copy, which I really do appreciate. And I listened to it early, and you asked me what song I love. You know, my favorite song that I was listening, you know, from there. But it has changed. It has changed. I think I told you at the time it was "She Still Loves Me."
Yeah,
was one of my. But that has turned around, and my favorite song now, because I listen to it a lot. I like them all, but the one I'm really drawn to is the things I did before. I really like that song.
I wrote that in the shower.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I distinctly recall that. A lot of the songs that I've written over the years, I couldn't tell you much about, like the initial spark. Although a lot of them I write when I'm riding my bike. But the things I did before, yeah, and often I'll be like just listening to something, or have some music on the background, and then I'll jump in the shower, and then this melody kind of appears, and I remember sort of running out of the shower, dripping water everywhere to get to my phone to hum the melody into my phone so I could sort of retain it. I kind of like the way that one it builds. Like, the melody in the verse is kind of like
Yes.
3 out of 10, and then you get to the pre-chorus and it's a 6.5 out of 10, and then hopefully by the chorus we're somewhere near a 10. So I think the dynamics on that one I kind of appreciate. I've really stripped out a lot of the guitars in the verse and kept it quite simple. And I think the dynamics on that one is something that I'm pretty happy with. I think Kate did a great job with the lead vocal.
Very good. Very good.
Disappointed when she chose that one because it meant that I couldn't sing it anymore. Yeah. If you want, I'll send you the demo of me singing lead vocal if you like.
I would love it. I would love it. Now,
compare and contrast
somewhere on my computer. The lyrics were completely different.
Yeah, I rewrote the lyrics.
Oh,
yeah.
I would love to hear that. Don't worry, Kate. I'm still gonna like your version better.
The version's better.
I would love to listen to that. I would love to hear. If you have anything like that, I would love it. I love listening to where where ideas come from and how it changed from the original concept to how it evolved into what we hear now. It's always interesting. I love that. I love when bands do that. Like Cheap Trick does that a lot. I listened to an early demo from the early 80s, and now they're coming out with the music, and it's just complete. I just love that evolution of songwriting. And
the two different versions of I Want You to Want Me obviously are very different too, aren't they? The two versions.
Yes, and a lot of that Cheap Trick too. I mean, they with the Doctor album, they came up with a lot of great songs that they never used, and then now they're releasing them in different format. They did them. And I love that evolution, and it's just always fun to hear that, and especially a band that you love like this. And I'm going to tell you Zac. What is, and I know, and maybe a change. Kate, let me go with you first. I know you. I don't know if you have to leave for work. I don't want to make you late. I know.
It'll just be a puff of smoke.
What's your favorite song, Kate, off the new album?
I like Sound Asleep. It's probably my favorite, but it's not one of the ones that we've started playing live. So we've been rehearsing for this regurgitated live show next week, and I've actually it does give you a new perspective. Like you kind of go through those cycles of after the end of the recording you get, oh my god, I'm so sick of these songs, I'm so sick of mixing these songs, like I'm just hearing them all the time. And then there's that period where you don't really hear them, and then you start to play them live, go, oh, can I get back into it? So I'm back into that a phase of really liking She Still Loves Me and Lola, the two that I'm sort of falling in love with. But Sound Asleep is been sort of my consistent favorite. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more mellow.
It is.
A little bit more stripped back than we often do, and a bit less of a sort of sugar onslaught, which it's not a bad thing, but
variety.
Yeah.
I think that's the first song that I've written that to me kind of feels like I'm channeling Jason Faulkner a little bit. Jason Faulkner has sort of been one of our favorite songwriters of all time, really. But the first time I've kind of not consciously, but sort of looked back and gone, oh, maybe there's a few Faulknerisms in there, which I'm pretty happy about. And again,
because he's a great songwriter. I mean, he is a magnificent,
and that's a hero, for us, So gifted, so inventive and creative, as well as just pure genius.
Yeah. So Zac, what's your favorite song?
I initially coming into the album process, I think my favorite song was I Won't Turn Away, which was again when which is Kate's least favorite of the album, by the way. But I think that one and Deadbeat Dad are kind of my favorite two songs from, and just more from a melodic sort of standpoint. But definitely, I stand behind them as well. I think that's one area that we've significantly improved from the first maybe two albums, where the lyrics were really just an afterthought, which is fine. I mean, we're really a melody band. It's all about the arrangements and the melodies. But I think as we've gotten older, we've started to improve our lyrics as well, which means a
definitely
better rounded kind of album. So
definitely, I could tell the difference in the lyrics listening to all. I mean, because I listen to every record you'll have, every EP, every record, and the lyrics definitely are you could tell the difference You can listen to a song almost. It's like evolution. You can like listen to the first album. I mean, it's all great, but then like the evolution of the lyrics and the deeper, stuff in it.
Yeah,
And
adds an extra dimension, I think, hopefully.
yeah, like Deadbeat Dad. I mean, I don't think you would have came out with a Deadbeat Dad song from the on the first album. It's an evolution. It's an evolution of your growth.
Jack off, Harold. It's great to meet you.
All right,
Thanks
Kate, you have a good day at work. I'm not going to keep Zach too much longer. We're going to wrap it up. All right. You see, Zach, you have to say your wife has to go to work now.
All right, now let's talk more about me. Just kidding.
All right, now we got Kate out. Now we can talk the real nitty gritty with Zach. No, but Zach, I saw too. I want to talk about this because I love the band too, and I saw maybe y'all were touring Japan, and I saw y'all cover a Nerd Magnet song.
Yeah, Nerd Magnet. They're label mates of ours.
Oh, are they? They're on the same label? I didn't realize that.
Records. Yeah. So we did last time we were there. We did maybe like a 12-show tour, and I think about 8 of those dates we were with them. They were kind enough to kind of open for us, although they were probably doing better than us at the time. Or we were similar circles. But yeah, I think when we toured Japan in maybe 2007, 2008, the singer Ryota, I think his name is. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah.
His names.
Especially names I can't pronounce too well.
Exactly. He's such a sweetheart. He came to see us and was like, I think we kind of, not influenced him, but he was a big fan of ours, and hopefully we helped kind of guide his career and inspire him. I'm sure we have obviously very similar taste to him, and they're a cool band. They're super talented, good songwriters, great musicians, and a lot of fun to do a little tour with.
They are very good songwriting. I love their music. Their music is it's a unique sound too. I just love music that sounds unique. That's not normal, and not when in Australia, or because I know it's hard making it in this. And I'm sure there's a lot of. I live in Louisiana. So my musical boundaries are, I don't know what the rest of the world is into. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm in my own bubble. So in Australia, are people familiar with the Wellingtons, or you're more?
Not really. No, we've sort of. There was a period of time. The song "Come Undone" we had a moment where we were getting played on a lot of the big national broadcasters. We were on high rotation on a radio station called Triple M and Fox FM. And I think there was a 6 or 8 week period where we had a few big managers that were kind of circling around and trying to jump on. Our trajectory was heading in one direction, and we had some interest. We had a video that got a bit of play, and but that was our, 5 minutes of fame, or we didn't even get 15, unfortunately. But no, like if you look at the whole career of the band, first time we felt like we were rock stars was our first tour of Japan, where we had no idea what we were flying over to, but we sort of, we had a couple of labels that reached out. There was a bidding war. And we ended up signing with This Time Records. It wasn't really. We were probably playing most weeknight gigs in Melbourne, slugging it away to friends. We had a big album launch, but and did a couple of nice supports. But predominantly, we hadn't really had anything like what the first night we played in Tokyo. We sound checked and the venue was lovely. We thought, this is cool. We went out for dinner, not really knowing how many tickets we'd pre-sold or anything like that. Walked back into the venue, and the venue was like 3/4 full, and nearly sold out. And that was just like, one of the best nights of my life, because we didn't have to do hard work. We didn't have to walk around town posting flyers on the wall. We didn't have to, message all our friends telling them to come to gig. We just had 200 people in Tokyo that wanted to come out and see us, and then pretty much all of them wanted us to sign their CD, and
Oh, that's awesome.
the crowd response was phenomenal. It was only 200 people, but it felt like,
Hey.
it felt like we were playing Madison Square Garden, you know.
Exactly. Those 200 people were the most important people in your world at that time in your life. And those 200 people, yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. Because it's, gang, and I know, and I don't have to tell that. I can imagine it's tough for any kind of creative process. It's tough for us. It's tough for musicians. It's tough for a lot of people to get noticed. It really is, no matter how good your music is.
Yeah, it's a very small percentage of people that actually turn it into a career, really, isn't it? But you know, we did our best. We tried, and we're happy with the amount of people that listen to our music. While it may only be, you know, we might have only sold 500 or 1,000 copies of Baby Moon so far. We kind of know that a large percentage of those people, like you, Harold, you know, really get it and really like it, and appreciate what we're doing, and that's flattering. That's flattering enough for us.
Well, that sounds great. Yeah, and I could tell you, Zac, and I'm a testimony to that. You know, you what you're thinking. Nobody's going to hear this, or there'll only be a few people. To some people like me, living in Louisiana, that you would even think of, that I never reached out to y'all before. Y'all music means the world to me. You know, it's like a lot. All the bands that I like, and I'm gonna bring it to my because I get emotional when I talk about this because I love music. I love the stuff I love, and I've always been a fan of people that do them, independent. They're not. I like them to be big, but you know they're struggling like a lot of musicians, and it just reaches. And I could tell you, your music really reaches me, reaches my soul, and I just love it. And I am grateful that y'all still making music, no matter what.
Lovely to hear that. That's part of what keeps us going. You know, there's a certain percentage of an internal drive that just makes me want to record. The songs just pour out of me. But more than that, hearing people like you speak like that, and I get emails, you know, frequently, maybe not 100 a week, but
right.
And people saying similar things to what you say, Harold, and it does make such a big difference. It makes my day, makes me just excited to pick up a guitar again and make an album.
Yeah, and gives you that motivation and saying, you know what, and not to be, but it's like, you know what, I'm gonna make that new album. I have so and so and that loves me and loves our music over there. Harold, I remember Harold from Louisiana loves my music. He's gonna love this song. Oh wait till Harold hears this one. Zac, and look, I am happy for you that you get to, even though it's covers and you're getting to make music and doing things your own way, with your gigs. Which I'm sure is fulfilling for you because you still get to do what you love out there and do it. And I want to ask you, whenever you're doing these gigs, do people say, man, I'm sure there's people that just know you from those gigs. They probably don't even know you have the Wellingtons, maybe, because they're just.
It's pretty. Occasionally, people will come up to me and ask me if I've got any CDs to sell or anything like that. And I tend to separate the two kind of things. I probably should throw a box of CDs in the back of the car, have with me kids. But I guess most people, when I do these shows, really it's just, I'm just creating a vibe, an atmosphere. Parents will just drop their kids at the front of the foot of where I'm playing, and their kids will have a bit of a dance, and they'll go to the bar and have a bit. They tend to be quite separate entities.
Yeah, I can imagine too. People going to see that, cover songs and whatnot. That they're not looking. They're looking for familiar tunes that they could, that's easy to listen to.
Occasionally, I'll get people that come along that know me from the Wellingtons, and I'll throw in a Wellington song or two.
Oh.
And also, I'll do more power pop stuff. I'll do, There She Goes by the Lars. I'll do a Gin Blossom song.
Nice.
more Beach Boys songs, a few more Kink songs, a few more Beatles songs than I would ordinarily do.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, to please those crew.
I could just imagine me going to Australia if I could be able to go to Australia, and it might happen. I might go over there and I'll go watch you play, and I'll be there. Hey, play song for Kim. Come on.
And I'll say, give me $100, and I'll do. No, yeah, it'll be nice. Absolutely.
Don't worry, I'll tip you. Don't worry about that. Zac, I want to ask you one more thing. If people want to support the band, what is the Bandcamp? They go buy the CD. If they're in the States, how is the best way to go and support you guys?
The albums just come out in the States on Cool Cat Music. So prior to that, I think the postage price. So the album's out in Australia. Obviously, it's out in Japan. Soon to be out in Spain. So for anyone from Spain, thank you for your patience. I know some people have been buying the import from Australia, but yeah, it's out on CD now on Cool Cat Music in the States, so you can buy it without having to pay a really hefty postage price because we're obviously on the other side of the world.
Yes, I can imagine.
So yeah, look, physical product is still great. Bandcamp's amazing too. I think you can pay what you like to buy digital stuff. So all of that helps. Really helps fund and helps us justify making another album. And yeah, we just appreciate people supporting the band, spreading the word. People like you, Harold. Word of mouth is obviously important for us. And if you've got friends with like-minded taste in with similar taste in music and stuff like that, that really helps. So yeah,
That's fantastic. And we're on a special time right now, so we don't really have. It's like we're in a Sunday nights are regular time, but a lot of people is going to watch this after. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the links in the descriptions over there. So I'll put the links to Bandcamp and where they can buy the album in the States if they want to do that. Also, I'm going to put the links in there for them. Gang, I don't know what else to say about this, about Zac and the Wellingtons. They're an awesome band. Do yourself a favor. Go listen to them. You will not go wrong. Go listen to the new album, Baby Moon. Go listen to anything, really. And if you like it, support them. Because, look, like I said earlier, it's independent music and people putting out their heart and making this type of music is important to keep music alive. It's getting tougher and tougher, I'm sure, to make music, to come up with the money to make albums. And now everybody's just in their bedroom, mixing stuff. And a lot of it sounds like crap, honestly. And you listening to you could tell the difference when you listen to a band like the Wellingtons and the love and Zac puts into their music. And I'm sure all the bandmates feel the same way. I know I saw y'all got a new drummer recently. And
had our first rehearsal with Dave the other night. Yeah, he was in another Melbourne band that were on Pop Boomerang Records, and so he came highly recommended. And when our previous drummer quit, I was almost ready to go. That's it. I've done.
Wow.
And if I think I had to spend a lot of time and effort finding a new drummer, it may have been. I mean, the record was done. The record was always going to come out, but in terms of actually getting out there and playing live again, I'm not sure I would have had the bandwidth to do it. So luckily Scotty from Pop Boomerang Records, who's been a glowing, shining influence, positive influence in my life, introduced me to so much of these bands that we're talking about as well. He was the first guy to introduce me to Jackson Faulkner, Jellyfish, loads of amazing music. So big shout out to Scotty Pop from Pop Boomerang Records. And luckily he said, Dave might be looking for a new band. And Dave's come on and been amazing, really enthusiastic and sweet. And we had our first rehearsal with him last Sunday, and he killed it. He's doing great, so I'm looking forward to getting up on stage with him soon.
All right, that sounds great, and I hope some of that whenever y'all playing, somebody y'all post some of the footage on YouTube or someplace else, so we could we're not lucky enough to go see y'all. Maybe could take a look at it, and I hope one day y'all get. I know touring the States are going to get rougher and rougher now that y'all have kids and then a child and that's those those touring days might be rougher and rougher to get through doing that. But I hope one day I get to meet you in person, Zac.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We're going to be in Japan in April next year. We're going to go over. Lola's going to come with us. So if you're looking for a holiday, come over. Maybe we'll be playing with Nerd Magnet again.
Oh, well, I have to talk to my wife, Mrs. D, and see if she wants to come to Japan. That's expensive. I'm already giving away my nickels to y'all because I had to pay the royalty fee.
Hang on to it.
No, what happened was whenever I was going to go to Australia, I won a contest. I was going to go to Arnold Schwarzenegger bodybuilding. Because I'm a bodybuilder. I was going to go to the Arnold Schwarzenegger bodybuilding, and it was in Australia. I forgot. I think maybe it was where y'all live. And of course, that got canceled because of the pandemic. And I was like,
oh man, what an opportunity! That's
I know. They gave us 5,000 cash, 5,000 US dollars in cash instead, since we couldn't take the trip. But my wife was happy, but I wasn't. I'd rather go to Australia, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But gang. Please, if you're watching this later, go support Wellingtons. I'm gonna show this on Sunday night. Also, this interview on our regular show. Zac, I appreciate you and Kate taking y'all time out of y'all morning on Thursday over there to come on and talk to us. And now it's still early. I know y'all just came up with a new album. I'm not talking about new music next week. But I hope there's plans to continue in the future endeavors that they all are gonna keep on, even if it's children's music. I hope y'all. Hey,
money in that.
I bet that would do pretty good.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Hopefully, at some point, Harold, in the next 50 to 100 years, we'll come around to getting another album. I'm ready for you.
Hey, look, Zac, don't put down the children's music idea. That you get some good play on that Sirius XM satellite radio on Kids Place Live. There's some good musicians on there making a pretty good living. Making children's music, but in your vein, where you could use your creativity, and it's cool music. It's not like the children's music that we heard when we were kids. You know?
Yeah. I'm a big They Might Be Giants fan, so I'm
the
children's music I love. But yeah, could be a new avenue for me.
Never know. Hey, if you make it big, just remember who gave you a suggestion. Harold Dufrene. All right, from Louisiana. Zac, you've been more than kind to me. You and I have been talking, and I do appreciate your time, and not every musician takes the time to come and talk to us, and I really do appreciate you coming in. I love your music, love you as a songwriter. I think you're brilliant, and people should just go listen to your music, and tell Kate thanks also for coming on.
I will. Thank you so much for your passion and your words. It's very much appreciated, Harold. Thanks so much.
All right, my man. Y'all have a good Thursday, the rest of the Thursday, and I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna drop you a mess. I'll keep in touch every once in a while, and talk. And everyone. I'm not gonna bug you too much. Don't worry. I know you're a busy guy. You have showers to take to make more great music. All right, Zac. Thanks a lot, my man.
Pleasure. No worries at all. Thank you, Harold.
All right. Take care of yourself.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. You too. All righty. So, gang. All right. I want to thank Zac and Kate. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Now, look, that was great. Zac and Kate were wonderful, and I'm serious. Go look. I'm gonna put the links in the comments. Please go support them. They're a great band. They're fantastic. I can't say enough about them. I said enough right there talking to them. Great people. All right, gang. We'll be back Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central for our regular after show chat. We have Elena Rogers, who's gonna be joining us. Elena is another great musician. I discovered her recently. She's only 20 years old, and her music is fantastic. You're gonna love. If you like pop, very unique sounding, very beautiful voice. You're gonna love. You're gonna love Elena, just like you should love the Wellingtons. So that's Elena Rogers. Sunday night at 9 p.m. I confirmed her. She's gonna come on, and we're gonna have a good time talking to her. And then we'll do our regular show after Elena's on there. again, thanks to Zac and Kate. I appreciate it. And good night, gang. Oh, Zac, if you're still listening, I could talk to you after. If you want to stick around for 1 second, I could talk to you after in private if you would like. I'll just end the show, then I could bring you back up and we could talk in private. All right. I saw you give me the thumbs up. So let me end this, and then I'll say bye to Zac personally. All right, gang. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.